Black women are the funniest people in this world. You won't vote for a felon, but you'll sure start a house with one, huh? I guess he ain't your color, huh? What is it? Because it can't be the felon shit. It can't be a felon that you don't want to be a president, because the person that run your house is one. The person that's in your car is one. Yeah. You know that dude that drop you off every day? You think he messing with? Come on now. The baby boy scenario all day. This is why we didn't vote with y'all. Simply retarded. And you act like we didn't hear y'all when y'all said that. On every station, a good dude is boring, and I don't want a good guy because of this and that. All of a sudden, you want a good guy to run your country, but not that box or that house. Make that shit make sense.
Oh, and to the black men who took their narrow head and them polls and voted for Trump, when the police got choked in the chokehold, don't you come calling black women. Don't you come calling us to come march for your. I'm not making no BLM Psalms. None of that. I'm not resharing nothing. It's an article, not resharing it. I don't even care if I know you. I'm not resharing it. You don't deserve our help. Like, seriously. I even seen one of them say, y'all really thought we was gonna let it run this country? I know, right? Sounds a little harsh, right? Came from one of your little black men. Them same ones that's always crying, talking about police always locking us up for dumb, but they don't never get the white people, and they don't never do this, and they don't never do that. And guess what, baby? They're gonna be locking y'all ass up more now. And guess what? For the dumbest. Oh, and guess what? You're not gonna be getting any help. And to add insult to interest, y'all voted against women having the rights to their own body. And the crazy part about it is some of y'all had daughters who was voting for Trump. So you don't just give a fuck about your daughter, huh? Boy, I tell you, man. You had them low IQ black people up in there talking about, yeah, we voted for Trump because he gave us the stimulus. Yeah, he gave us the $1,200. Yeah, he gave us $1,500. What did the Democrats give us? See. Them the ones that's just as slow as they come. Like, I can't stand them damn kind. He ain't give you a pot to piss in. Y'all ate off of Democrat help. Y'all grew up off of Democrat help. Y'all mamas had Democrat help. Some of y'all still living in the same projects y'all grew up in. And you got the nerve to be talking about you voting for some damn Trump because he gave you a stimulus check. Do you know that was Congress? See, the Democrats help y'all get that $1,200. Not no Trump. Stupid mother. I am so disappointed in the men y'all mamas made. They have made the worst batch, the worst handful.
Let me address these key points that took place in the debacle that we call an election this year. First of all, I hope that black women recognize and understand the power play that was exercised against them. You see, the system builds you up, right? And creates this false sense of empowerment for you. And you start to believe in the delusion. So you all came together, raised a whole bunch of money, and thought that you alone could actually elect Kamala Harris. If I recall correctly, 4 years ago, you all claimed that Stacey Abrams delivered Georgia for Biden. What happened to Stacey Abrams this time around? I didn't even see her anywhere near the campaign. I live in Georgia, okay? Second, I hope you understand your true allies are black men. Because when you decided to exercise your power against the system, white men and white women came together and said, hell nah. They put you back in your place. Understand how the system works. It works against all of us that are black, okay? Another point. I understand that Trump, the liar, sold you guys on mass deportation. He also sold you on a...
Black women, listen for the next 4 years. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them. Hoes. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them. No, they don't want to be saved. Don't save them. Go ahead and get your checks. Don't save them. Don't you break your back. Don't save them. Put your feet up and relax. Don't save them. No more pussy lip hats. Don't save them. No more education, don't save them. Let them stay fucking dumb, don't save them. Time to take a nap, don't save them. Just go ahead and don't save them. Go and get them LLCs, don't save them. And drop them kids to the daddies, don't save them. They don't wanna be free, don't save them. Go ahead and get a drink, don't save them. Just let the whole ship sink, don't save them. Let the whole choir sing, don't save them. They don't wanna be saved.
Sing it, baby.
Let the whole choir sing, don't save them. They don't wanna be saved.
Drink and their organs up and then they want to drag their ass in the hospital and be on a donor list. Let them get their organs from Trump. All you Trump supporters, make sure y'all be up for each other, even in life and death. Because y'all ain't here for us, we can't be here for y'all. Go ahead and take that organ donor off your driver's license. Yeah, I'm going all the way to hell with this. Ronald McDonald donations, when they ask you at the end of the sale, do you want to donate round up? No, we ain't rounding up. We ain't donating nothing. And all them little white gals that be in front of Publix and Walmart and Costco selling their Girl Scout cookies, we ain't got no money. We ain't buying no Girl Scout cookies. We ain't got it. Toys for tots at the Marines that they tore it out. Military, y'all overwhelmingly for Trump. Don't ask me for no toys for tots. And all y'all sat around on y'all crying. We ain't voting for Kamala. School drives. I ain't filling up no backpacks for your kids. I ain't buying a pencil. I ain't buying an eraser. My kid's grown. I don't care about yours. And if you got an unwanted pregnancy, God be with you. Good luck in the cycle, Moss. Similar, WIC, I hope they shut all that down. WIC, the free health clinic, shut all of that down. Okay? Let's just go ahead and remember. Let's go ahead and stop all this giving and feeling sorry for people. We ain't got it for nobody. We ain't got it. American Red Cross, I'm sorry. I ain't got it either. I ain't donating this. Goodwill, I'm going to go ahead and burn my clothes up from now on. I throw them in the trash. We ain't got nothing for these poor. They want to vote and put this in office. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all take care of each other, because whoever wins or lose, I was going to be good. My tube's tied. I'm almost perimenopausal. I got boys. My son ain't got no daughter. Ain't nobody in my bloodline going to need an abortion. Nobody. So if they get pregnant, that's good for them. I hope her mama care for her and can help take care of the kids and help raise the kids, and her side of the family going to take care of them, because I ain't doing nothing for nobody. And the rest of y'all need to get on that same level. Since they feeling this way, go ahead and do everything I just said we need to go ahead and do. Especially my sisters. We can't keep caring for these that ain't caring for us.
Black women, y'all out here looking crazy as hell, putting down and disrespecting y'all black brothers, y'all husbands, and y'all boyfriends. Sitting up here disrupting your happy homes just for a damn woman you barely know. You barely did any research on this woman who doesn't care anything about you, wanted you to unalive your baby. Her main policy that she didn't want to tell y'all is that she wants to give amnesty and keep that border open for the illegal immigrants. And she wants you to pay for it. Michelle Obama come out here and tell you to go against your happy home and your man. And this is what you're going to do? When Michelle Obama, she going to go home to Barack Obama, their $21 million mansion. And Kamala Harris going home to her white Jewish man who she loves in their $1 million mansion. And while you going to be at home mad as hell at your man. Girl, give me a break. Get it together. Wake up.
Again, as a person who doesn't have a dog in this race, and I've said this for the longest time possible while being on these platforms, he has a very valid point, and a lot of people caught indiscriminate shots. A lot of people took hits who weren't even looking for a battle, who weren't even looking to even have this conversation. As he stated, a lot of women didn't want to vote for a felon, but yet you vote to have a felon get you pregnant and to be directly in your household. And as the black man stated, I'm just as confused as he is, because again, it makes no sense. If you're going to legitimately say that one thing is bad, right? You don't want Trump to represent you. You don't want him to be a part of the United States. You don't want him to be president. Okay, cool, fine. You should be making those exact same choices in your life. Your children should not have a father that is in and out of prison, that is pretty much going in a repetitive, endless circle in and out of the streets and bringing all of that madness right back to the house, not only potentially ending his life, but the life of his children and you as well. Again, people happen to make choices that they feel are the best directly for them. And clearly a lot of women feel that a felon is a good enough choice to be a father for their kids and to also be directly within the household. I really don't even know where to start. Don't even really want to take this one ultra seriously of how young she is. So again, I'm not even sure what time period she's even realistically from. I'm looking at the face. She looks incredibly young, but yet obviously she has a voice, she has a platform, and she is speaking directly about black men. I'm not sure how many black men she actually knows, how many she's come directly into contact with, but the generalization seems like something from older black women that I've showcased and shown on this platform previously. The craziest part to realize is to see this black woman openly making jokes and laughing about a potentiality that has already been happening to black men under any and every administration. Doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. And she's doing this acting as though that they have some type of covering because they voted for Kamala Harris. It makes no sense, even though black men again showed out for Kamala Harris. I'm a little bit confused. They were the second highest demographic next to black women. Matter of fact, they were the top highest when you detail the fact that when you look at the votes from white men, Latino men, and many others, black men outnumbered them. They outnumbered them. And even still with that, Kamala and her team and the Democratic Party lost the vote. They lost the race. They lost the seat to become the first female president of the United States. And this is not the first time that the Democratic Party has lost that race, but it is what it is. The other thing, I'm going to just reiterate this again, is that a lot of black women feel that what happens to black men will not affect them at all. And I want to note that these are the same women that say that, oh, we care about black women and the black kids in the black community. You care about them, but at the same time, when somebody does not align with the way that you feel, and I'm going to note feel because none of what she's saying has to do with logic at all, you tend to go on this rant where you're in a sense hoping and wishing to be proven so right to start seeing bodies hit the floor. You don't care whose family it is. You don't care whose friends it is. You don't care whose husband it is. You don't care whose son it is. You just want it to happen just so you can sit back and laugh and say that, yes, I was right. Sweetheart, that's not how that works. But I can tell you this. For the longest time possible, black men have tried to been telling black women that you are being used by the Democratic Party. You are being used by the Caucasian women directly out there. In a moment in time that they are pretty much done with you, they're going to drop you and they're going to do what it is that they do. And we clearly saw that white women, again, irregardless of whatever it is that they tell the black female public, no matter what debates that they have, no matter what posts that they make, that they were going to vote with their Caucasian husband to make sure that they hold that power. I've been saying this for years. I've been saying it for years, saying it for years, saying it for years. But for whatever reason, black women out here believe that there was 100% some type of sisterhood. Now black women are disappointed, they're angry, and they're mad. And primarily their anger and their focus is not turning directly towards their sisterhood, aka the Caucasian women. It's more so turning directly towards black men who are magically to blame for every single thing, even though we tried to warn black women and tell them that things like this or something like this would indeed happen sooner or later. This brother pretty much summed up everything that happened, but even still with this, a lot of black women will be in denial. They'll find some way to turn around and blame black men, even though the numbers, and even though some of the ones that were out there blaming black men publicly on all of these different syndicated news channels were doing the exact same thing. They had to turn around and be like, you know what? It wasn't even them. They showed up just like black women showed up. I can no longer blame them because the numbers don't lie. Like I said, Sonny had to pull back. Many others had to pull back. But yet the same theme, which is crazy. We're not even a week out of this, and still we got videos and more information of people talking about, yeah, it was black men's fault. Yeah, it was this. Yeah, it was that. But yet, again, just like I said previously, black men tried to warn for the longest time, for decades. Black men told black women, don't do this. This is not the route that you want to go. These women are not going to side with you. They're not going to vote against their own interests, which is their own man at the end of the day. They prove that. For whatever reason, black women were eating up whatever cookies they were baking, whatever themes that they were selling, whatever wolf tickets they were giving out. And those tickets were free. Didn't even have to pay a price. Like black women were paying up prices to go see Usher and Chris Brown. But yet here we are. Black women decided that they wanted to believe in the Democratic Party. They wanted to believe in the whole feminism idea. They wanted to believe directly into this sisterhood, or the false narrative of the sisterhood, all to be let down, all to be used at the end of the day. And because the Democratic Party wants to make sure that they can hold on and keep black women exactly where they are, they were like, yeah, black women, they showed up 100%. Everybody else is to blame, and nobody showed up for them. Black women are pretty much the only ones that actually voted, even though the numbers say completely different. They don't want to blame anybody else. The Democratic Party themselves, yeah, black men didn't show up. Black men didn't vote. I'm like, wow, guys. Wow. So we're not going to blame the fact that everything was, in a sense, one big, large concert. We're not going to list the fact that Kamala Harris's campaign is pretty much in debt at this moment in time, and that you have some people fearing that they won't get paid. Because I'm a little bit confused on how it is that you can raise $1 billion and then you're $20 million in debt. I'm a little bit confused on how it is that you actually do something like that. How do you fumble the bag so much that you end up going into debt? Not only that, you also lost. So again, who's going to foot that bill? Who's going to foot the bill for the campaign? Pretty much, I'll say it like this. I think the same people who voted should be footing the bill directly for that. If the same people that were able to raise $40 million overnight for the Kamala Harris campaign, I feel that they should show up again and raise $20 million so that she'll be debt free and she can clearly walk off into the sunset and do whatever it is that she wants to do at the end of the day. Then the other thing I want to list as well is the fact that Kamala, at the end of the day, is going directly home to the exact same man, Caucasian, that both Caucasian women and Caucasian men voted for. And people are also mad at the fact that she didn't get what, quote unquote, enough votes from black men, but yet she couldn't give any type of tangibles to black men. And at the end of the day, she was not even going home to a black man and black kids. And you're mad. You're mad at the decisions, at what took place directly during the election, and you want to blame all of this on black men? Wow. Wow. Like I said before, everything comes down to emotions. Nothing has anything to do with logic. People realize this. There was a song that J. Cole did, Don't Save Her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. So that was pretty much the song, and it's actually a good listen if you happen to, be on Spotify or whatnot or whatever. But beyond that, it's amazing that the same people who want to blame black men will take something that they created and try to turn the words into something, in a sense, against them. And I'm trying to figure out where all of a sudden did black women become superheroes? Somebody, anybody let me know. Because the main theme is that black women save everybody everywhere all around the world. And I'm a little bit confused because there's a lot of wars that have been going on in other countries. And I did not see black women step up to the front lines. I didn't see black women going to talk to the leaders of both countries or the soldiers. I didn't see black women laying down in those countries in order to stop tanks from moving. So I'm a little bit confused and concerned on where is this whole theme of black women automatically being superheroes came directly from. Like where? Like how did this even take place? I'm not sure where this main character theme is even directly coming from at this moment in time because, again, I'm confused. I am vastly confused at this moment in time. And now we got a theme. Now there's a theme to the whole cause because you're so mad and you're so angry that your candidate did not win. Again, the crash out is real. I've never in my life seen women crash out so hard for a political candidate that did not care about them. And I'm going to be real, did not care. There's not one candidate out here that has shown that, yes, they really love and admire and care about Black women. They're going to pass all the laws, the rules, and the regulations that Black women need. They're going to make sure that Black women are the most protected, the most successful, the most respected, the most. I have yet to see it. I have yet to see it. I have yet to see it. But somehow, some way, just by her being the focal point, just by her being here, for whatever reason, Black women automatically thought that, yeah, this is it. We are at the promised land. This is actually going to happen. Everything is going to be great for us. The world is going to see us in a whole different light. And people of the world, aka the United States, they all told y'all differently. Even the same people that y'all rode directly with told y'all differently. Y'all just can't seem to want to blame any of those individuals. Both Caucasian men and Caucasian women told you exactly what time it was. And you're so baffled and confused by that you're like, reset is Black men's fault. The Black men and Latino community came directly out and voted for Trump. You're so confused by that, you're angry and mad, it's the Black man's fault. Native Americans came out and voted for Trump. The small numbers that did, all voted for Trump. And even with that, you're baffled and confused. And, factory reset, Black men's fault. Again, I'm a little bit confused on when is it going to be the fact that Black women are going to look at the Democratic Party and say that they failed them. I'm trying to figure out when are Black women going to realize that the Democratic Party played them for fools, because last time I checked, Meg Thee Stallion was on stage, but recently Meg Thee Stallion, she went to college to get a degree, but they didn't put her on the stage to talk as an intelligent, intellectual, college graduated Black woman. They didn't do that. They had Meg Thee Stallion, who has a degree, up there shaking her backside, dancing. So this is the type of value that they see in Black women. And they're telling you this. It doesn't matter if you're college educated. This is what they see of you, because that's what they did with a college educated Black woman on a national stage. Not only a national stage, but also a world stage. That's what they did. That's how much they think of your degree. That's how much they think of you being college educated, being intelligent. But when Black men point this out and when Black men say this, we're the villains. But yet when the government does this and they showcase this, complete silence. The government isn't the villain. The Kamala campaign is not the villain. They sat up here and literally had a concert. They invited all of these Black women that are a part of hip hop, rap, so on or whatnot or whatever, just to say nice words so they can get more Black women through the doors. Again, pay attention. They did all of this for Black women. They didn't do this to sit up there and make sure that they brought Black men to the votes, Black men directly to the polls so that Harris could sit up there and win. They showed you the demographics that they were pointing everything directly towards. They showed you. So again, the Democratic Party are the very reason of why it is that they lost. But for whatever reason, people don't want to say that. People don't want to see it. People don't want to lay the blame directly at the feet of which it needs to be blamed. People are like, we're going to pass the buck. We're going to make a scapegoat, and everything is going to be the Black man's fault. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. The crash shout continues. The crash shout is oh so real. But at least in this case, to an extent, she didn't verbally state Black man. She, unlike a lot of the others that I've showcased here over the days, she's solely mad at the people who voted for Trump. Primarily, I'm just going to assume and look at her words. She's talking about the Caucasian Americans and the others out there that heavily voted for Trump and that got him directly into office. And because of that anger and that rage, and because she feels oh so betrayed, she's like, you know what? We're not doing anything. As Black women, we're not doing anything. We're not donating anything. We're not giving blood to the Red Cross. We're not going to the Girl Scout cookies. We're not even donating clothes. We're just going to be, doing our own thing for the next 4 years because we feel so betrayed. because of how it is that you led us and misled us at the same time, all to end up inevitably doing this. Again, I just want to state, just to reiterate, a lot of black women wouldn't have to feel this way if they would have listened to a lot of black men, especially the ones that they wanted to call hoteps and all of these other types of things for years, right? Black women wanted to get online and talk negatively about, good morning, queen, good morning, sister, all this other. And those were along with some of the brothers who were sitting up there trying to tell black women out here, like, hey, you shouldn't be, really putting too much of a stake, in the words of these individuals, because they're going to use you and mislead you. Just look at what they did to black men. They're going to inevitably do the same thing to you. It's just lasting a little bit longer because of how much that they got invested of all the work that they were able to accomplish and do by way of using your energy. But again, using black men as an example, look at what they did to us. Look how they treated us. Look at how, they slander us directly through the media, and black women didn't want to listen. Black women didn't want to pay attention because a lot of black women think that they are impervious to any and all things that take place and happen to black men. They feel that that is solely just a black male thing, and that's just something that we have to deal with and figure out, while they're on the other side just, figuring out other things, just living and moving along as they normally do. But yet, here we are. Here we are. A lot of the frustrations, a lot of the angers that black men have had when it dealt with America, that it dealt with the Democratic Party, here we are. Now black women are starting to maybe understand some of the frustrations that black men have had over the many decades when it's dealt with the Democratic Party and the government in general. And I had to add this. I wanted to give a special shout out to the black women out there that can see through all of the, Harry Potter type of storytelling. I want to give a shout out to the black women who can realize and understand how the media and mainstream media still has their tentacles or an attachment directly on them, controlling them so that they can do what it is that they are doing online, which is this narrative of black men didn't show up, black men didn't vote, black men are fearful of black women, like I said, anything and everything, that is negative when it deals with black men. I want to give a special shout out to those black women out there that are trying to speak common sense to a lot of emotional black women directly out here. I want to give a shout out to them for speaking and staying within logic, not allowing their emotions to overtake and control them so that they can be used as puppets in order to further push a negative narrative when it deals with black men in the black community. Again, this is a tired narrative, but yet there's tons of videos and, other stuff directly out there. So it seems endless, at this moment in time. But again, a lot of black women are not going to hear out or listen to this woman. And that is a theme that I've noticed, that whenever you have a black woman that wants to challenge, critically think, or speak differently, especially about black men, black women choose to attack that woman because they are not on the same side. I gave proof of this in another video where a woman went out on Twitter and she was complaining about how it is that her as a black woman wanted to critically think and just look at something from a non-emotional standpoint. And because of that, and because she was challenging ideals or viewpoints, that other black women were coming through and calling her horrible names on Twitter, some of which made no sense, and then also hoping and wishing for her demise. So again, this is not something that I'm making up. This is something that everybody can see if they decide to actually look in depth and pay attention directly to it. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that's stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.